Hello and welcome to Enjoy Life with Charlotte Felix. And guys, let's see what QQQ and let's see how SPY trade today. Okay, today is March the 24th, 2025, and now the market is closed. It is 3:15 at this time, but we are in the post market. You're looking at my screen. We're looking at the S&P 500. We are looking at the NASDAQ, because when you see this little D here, it is delayed at this time. So, and there is a 15-minute delay. Okay, and we're looking at the Dow. Okay, the Dow 30. All right, and then when you look to my right, because I am facing my computer, this is Apple. Okay, we see this symbol here, AAPL. This is Apple on the NASDAQ, which is electronic technology, telecommunication equipment. Of course, we know that. And so that's $220.73. And so we see Apple was bullish today, plus 2.46, which is plus 1.13% today. And also we see that in the post market, we are only just a little bit down. So will Apple continue to be bullish at this time? We will see. But now I am going to go to QQQ. Okay, we are going to hit this 3-line space here, and I am going to hit product, and then I'm going to go to super charts. Okay, and it is going to change. Okay, you're looking at my screen. If you look to my right, you will be looking at QQQ, okay, which is a trust. Okay, when we see, I'm gonna look at, if you look to my left first, it says INVESCO QQQ Trust, okay? And so we see that the market is closed at this time, of course, and we are in the post market, as I said earlier when I was talking about Apple. And if you look to my right again, we'll see QQQ closed at $490. That's $490.66. So we was 9 point something up today. They went all the way to 10 point something, okay, which is a 2.4% as of now of the close. And so we are still in the post market because we're only 18 minutes in the post market. And the post market, I believe, closed at 6. And so let me just make this one screen. Okay. Because we're going to look at QQQ, which is the NASDAQ. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take this all the way to the beginning. Now, we had a gap up this morning from Friday. And so we opened bullish. And I'm going to show it to you. Okay, as I move my screen. And I'm going to show you what, see, this is Friday close right here. We opened up at least about 7 points, I believe. A little over 7 points this morning. So we see this green candle was the close at 2:45. We're looking at a 5-minute, well, we're looking at a 15-minute candle right here at closing. So this is a 15-minute. That's why you see the 02:45 p.m. Okay, next 15 minutes the market close. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this to a 5 so we can be looking at it. And I better do the 15. I'm gonna stay on the 15. So we close with this bullish candle on a 15-minute chart. Okay, so we kept rejecting before closing Friday, this past Friday, before closing, we kept rejecting this line here. So it reject here. So that was on 3/21, I believe 25, either that or 22nd, either one. But either way, it kept rejecting right here. It kept rejecting. If I go all the way back on that Friday, we kept, and when it so close to closing, even at 12:30 p.m. that Friday, which is the 21st. Okay, I had it right. Okay, we just kept rejecting at this, in this area right here, but we did close with a bullish candle, and so we on this 15-minute candle or time frame, we went from 478.49 all the way to 480.25, and then that was a close. And when 8:30 came, of course we know there's a pre-market before the regular market open, so we opened up a gap up. So we was totally a gap up. So this was very, very good for those who swung an option, which would have, they would have purchased a QQQ that Friday before closing, and when they woke up that morning, the Monday morning, okay, after the weekend, they was very well just about into money. They was in the money, even if they bought or purchased out of the money, because it was such a huge gap. It was a very good huge gap. And so we know at this time, we know that the buyers are definitely in control. And guess what, guys, looking at this 15-minute candle, they stayed in control the whole day. And so this is our 8:30 candle right here. This is the 8:30 candle. Okay, we see maybe it could have started down here, or it could have started within this point, and went down, and we see it didn't go under 487.01, and so it was up just about the entire day. So now I'm going to change this to a 5-minute candle so we can see how QQQ, okay, the movements of QQQ for the day. Okay, so we're at a 5-minute candle. Let's go all the way to opening. Have I passed it or not? Let's check and see. Okay, this Monday, you see totally different candles, because okay, there it is right here. This is the opening, this is the movement up. Okay, this candle right here, 8:30. So this is the 8:30 candle. You see that the 9 is definitely over the 20 EMA. So this is letting you know that it's bullish. See, I see that I have here, yep, over 486.25. We are going to be bullish, and we are definitely over that. So we open upward today, and as we look at these 5-minute candles, you see that the market stayed in just about a bullish movement just about the whole entire day. And so we're just going to go ahead on and go down and see what happened noontime. Okay, there was a little fight. We did have some movements down and some movements up, but the whole time, if you would look at this red line right here, which is the 9 EMA, it was always over the 20 EMA. Even as I go back, you can see that. Okay, so we're just letting you know that the bulls are in control, the buyers are in control. And right here we see that we have 4 5-minute candles that tried to take it down, and we stayed in this range, 5, 10, 15. This is 20 minutes between this green and red candle. This is 20 minutes. Okay, you see it couldn't take it even, it could not take it lower than this 489 right here. So it stayed here, and then we also, as we look at the chart, see that the sellers tried to come in here, but we see that the bulls kept it up. They put up a fight. Okay, the only time that we was able to, the sellers was able to kind of step in somewhat and come lower here than here, and this was kind of a sign that the sellers was going to be in control, but they was only in control somewhat. They did not stay in control the rest of the day. So we see that our highest point was up here. Okay, this double top. We see that the sellers took it down here, and they also took it down somewhat here. And so this large red candle right here, they took it to an area that showing that it could be a turnaround. But guess what? This candle let us know right here that the bulls could not take control as yet. Okay, and so it's going down timing, and this is what at 12:15 p.m. Monday, March the 24th, 2025. The sellers are still somewhat taking this further down, so it's taking it further down, but it has not closed the gap at all. It has not went so far down till it was closing the gap. Okay, it is still in a upward move, even though we see a crossover here. We see that the 9 EMA is crossing over the 20, and so some people will probably think, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this is how far the buyers would be able to take it, and maybe the sellers are going to step in and bring the market down. But guess what? It did not happen. So they brought it down a little further than this area and a little further than this area. Okay, that they brought it down at 11:25 or 10:45. So we see right here this double bottom right here. We see the bulls. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles up. We're getting close to the closing of the market. We know the market closed at 3 o'clock. This is QQQ. I'm still on QQQ. Between this time, we see so many times it tried to go lower right at this crossing. See, this is the first cross over here. This is the first cross where my cursor at, but it struggled within this space right here. It struggles within this space, but so far we see that the buyers stepped in here at 1:35 p.m. and they stepped in and they took it all the way up. So they continue to take this market up. Okay, now we are all the way at closing. You're looking at closing for today. So this 255, and we on the 5-minute candle. You notice that the sellers stepped in here and they brought it down. Okay, even though before closing the bulls had it, but they could not cross this 491.20. It played here and it tried to cross that many times, but we see it had a fight right here. It crossed it somewhat, just a little, and you know, this is sometimes give traders indication that maybe this market is going to go higher. But within that last 5 minutes, this is still a 5-minute candle, we see that the sellers, I guess most people got out because they didn't want to hold their trade for tomorrow, because anything can happen between tomorrow morning, which is the pre-market, and anything can happen at this post-market. If you see, you look at this little blue spot right here, the market is still moving, so people are still trading in the post-market. So anything can happen, and we see that we're a little lower, and this is why you see this red candle. Okay guys, that is QQQ. Okay, let's go to SPY, and we'll just go over SPY a little. Usually SPY and QQQ run the same. Okay, here's SPY. So if you notice, this is the end of the day of SPY. And you notice it closed with a red candle. So when I say it usually runs sort of the same way, that's why you see this red candle. So everything was coming down. So we had this double top on SPY at the end of the day. You see it's 250, 255, and we see that it couldn't go over this 574.95. That's $574.95. But we are going to go all the way. We see that the bulls had it between 1:35 all the way to 3 o'clock, and we see that it played in a certain range right here, because we still on the 5 minutes, played in this certain range. So that's moving side, just a sideway. It's not hardly moving at all. But if you would have bought SPY, you would have bought SPY here, and or right here, I say, and you bought a call, even though we had this red candle afterwards that brought it down some, we see it struggle right here. See, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna put a line there. Okay, I'm gonna put a horizontal line. I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna come here, and what you're gonna see a red line. So I'm marking this to let me know in the future if I come back to this chart tomorrow morning. I'm marking this because I want to see where the struggle was. Because right here we see that the buyers took over and they brought it all the way up. So this market is closed in a bullish. Even though we see this red candle coming down, it's still closed bullish for today. Okay, not the market, but SPY. I'm talking about SPY. Okay, and so it struggled in this area, and I'm going to go all the way back to opening for today. You're going to see the upward move from the closing of Friday. Okay, we'll see how much that is. You're going to see, you see this 9 EMA that's over the 20 EMA, same as SPY. So here is the gap open. Here's the gap right here. And let me go all the way down. See how much SPY, that morning market, we see how much that it opened in a bullish move. So as we go and we look, here is the gap up. Here is the gap up. So SPY also was bullish all day. Okay, it played in a different range, but it was bullish all day, and had some downturn right up in here, going downward. Let me make it so you can see it very well. So the sellers tried to step in at this candle, and they brought it down pretty good. But you see that it was a struggle to go lower, and it did go lower down to this 572.30, but it didn't hold long. And this is where earlier I talked about the struggle. And this was the struggle right here. And so at the end of the day, the buyers took it all the way up to 575. Okay, guys, hope you're watching, and I hope I gave you some insight on SPY. Will SPY and will QQQ continue to move upward? That remains to be seen. It depends on what the pre-market does tomorrow morning. Not only that, it depends on news announcement, and it depends on what the post-market, which we are in now, does today. Okay, it just all depends. Okay, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are viewing, please subscribe, like, and comment, or join my channel. Okay, have a great day.